Hey everyone, it's me T coming at you with another daily read. Thanks for tuning in and for fortuning in. I am excited to come at you with these vibes today because I feel like there's been a freaking miraculous, like, kind of, what is it called? Like a wheel of fortune, like, turn of events in a good way. I feel as though people's vibes are much higher today. Like, for instance, even the weather, like the sun was out after not being out for like fucking, I don't know, like 3 or 4 days, maybe even 5 days, right? So there's been kind of like a streak of like something that basically, like the weather basically coincides with how we feel sometimes. So I know that's the truth with me. So yeah, so I just wanted to let you know that there's been like a shift, and it's a good one. It's a light one. So I already pre-shuffled the yin and yang cards that I've created, but I have not shuffled these. So I'll do that in a second. Do I do these first? Yeah, I am getting to do that. All right. So let me just shuffle these real quick. All right, give me a second just to tune in. Give me a second, guys. Sorry, because I'm like, ooh, I gotta breathe. Alright, I just feel like, ah, crazy cards, crazy. It's interesting because I feel like the shuffling needs to happen for me a lot, so it calms my energy down because I feel like just something like repetitive like this is very meditative. And sometimes when, like off screen, I can do it like easy peasy, right? But on screen, it's just like I gotta. I'm like, there's too much going on for me, so I can't simplify, right? So, all right. Is it for my husband's good stuff? Shuffling the cards are here right now. All right. Yep. Yep. To that. Look at that big mama Buddha. It's more like, I mean, Buddhas are masculine, I guess. I mean, actually, it's very interesting. Do I go into that right now? Yeah, it's too fucking long. Feminine and masculine Buddhas, I can go into that another time. But yeah, I'm gonna pull this card first. Is that cool? Yeah. All right. This is beautiful. I knew it was gonna come. I knew a pink card was gonna come up. I just didn't know which one. And this one, there's like a lot to it. So, but it's loving kindness 29. Beautiful. So it says, so this is like, I guess, the overall energy of the day, or in essence, it's kind of like the midday card, like anything that happened like midday, or like a highlight card, right? So just look at it in that sense, like a happy medium type of card, right? So it says, when we feel love and kindness towards others, when we feel love and kindness toward others, it not only makes others feel loved and cared for, but it also helps us to develop inner happiness and peace. Loving, and that was by the Dalai Lama. That's a quote, a very long quote, but that's a true statement right there. Loving kindness is the distilled essence of pure love. As you open your heart you are able to love the unlovable, bring joy to sadness, faith to doubt, and light to darkness. Holy shit, does this have so much to do with the new moon, the energies that are going on today? It's all about open heart, like getting your heart opened, okay? Like open heartedness, but also kind of, in a sense, cultivating that, because some people's hearts really kind of need to kind of further open up, right? So this is, and I love how it says loving kindness, because it's a blend of both worlds, and blend of both words that I absolutely love, because they're both so what is it called, important, yeah, significant, and you need that as like foundational groundwork, you know. I'm looking at the number 29. 2 plus 9 is 11, right? 9, 10, 11. Yeah, makes sense. Sorry, sometimes I have to double check myself. 2 plus 9 is 11, and 11 is kind of, and I've been seeing that a lot today, so I want to say it's very much so kind of like, you know, you being one with the divine in terms of being alone and on your own, in terms of like just having that like, what is it called? Kind of like a, if you can picture like a cylinder around you, kind of that like energetic field where it's just like you and the God. Like you guys are hanging out today. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you're doing, but also this energy is being downloaded to you, like straight into your heart, and it's beautiful because it's just expanding you. So sometimes it's very interesting in expansion. You know, there's like, it's so interesting how it can happen in all different ways. But when you're expanding, sometimes it's very uncomfortable, and sometimes like loving kindness is a beautiful statement, but sometimes it kind of can be a little, not scary. I don't want to say scary. I just want to say uncomfortable. Like it's something, it's so pure, and but you've never like actually or you haven't in a while experienced something so pure, but also you're not used to it in the normal world, right? So if you were attracting a divine life spiritual partner, right? What I'm getting is a joyous one, one that brings joy into your life. That needs to be a hands down, like you need to commit to that for it to be your divine life spiritual partner for sure. But what was I going to say? But like, yeah, loving kindness is like an energy that is also kind of brought into like people's worlds when they're about to meet their divine life spiritual partner, whether that be however you refer to it as twin flame or soulmate or whatnot. Like that's basically what I'm talking about here. It can be all three of those things, right? Whatever your intention is. Now it's really interesting because the moon, it's a new moon tonight, and it's beautiful because all of these like key words here are being downloaded into us. So it's like loving kindness, pure love, open-heartedness, ability to love the unlovable, which is actually forgiveness in a sense, right? Joy. So you're basically everything's like turning around, like bringing joy to sadness. So everything's like flip-flopping itself, which is really good, right? All the nasty kind of like, not nasty, but like just nasty feelings, I guess, right? The feelings that you normally don't want to feel, they're being flip-flopped and canceled out by the complete and opposite complete and opposite, what did I want to say there? Like complete and opposite positive. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. And faith turns, oh, I love that, faith to doubt and light to darkness. Now, light to darkness is very big because I was researching out, I can't remember what it was, but I was researching out how this moon is actually, since it's a new moon, you won't be able to see it. So it is, and I think it's called a dark moon. That's why that stood out to me. So it's like in this darkness, there will be a lot of light brought into it, but it's going to be kind of like a magical, mystical light. Like one in which you won't see it, it'll be invisible, but one that really kind of lights up the darkness, right? So it's going to be like double darkness, but double darkness would cancel itself out and actually bring out more positivity, right? So I'm super grateful for this new moon that's happening tonight, and also is kicking in from like basically tonight, 3 or 4 days out, and up to, and it can go up to it like 7 days. So, I mean, this is just like, I feel like this is a very straightforward card. I feel like this is where people are. Oh, and in case I didn't finish my thought before, because my mind can be all over the place, especially lately. I don't know. It's like there's just been a lot going on, like bodily wise, that I'm just kind of like, it's kind of enough. Like it's fucking all these upgrades and shit. It's like I don't even know what to do with myself anymore. So anyhow, so long story short, thanks for bearing with me. That's all I gotta say. But also, this is cultivating a lot of inner happiness, and there is one thing that I wanted to say before, is that in getting this loving kindness energetic download from the moon and from the energies of today, you literally are expanding. An expansion, again, I might have said this, I might have not said this, actually, kind of like, it's awkward sometimes. I think that's what I wanted to say. It's not painful. It's like, it's uncomfortable and it's awkward, and you might be doing some stupid shit, like, along with it, like something that you normally wouldn't do, but it's kind of like your body is somehow like fed up with this last phase that's closing out, like prior to the new moon happening tonight, you might have felt that, and now it's kind of going to be like very easy peasy energy from here on out if you live that way. Like I'm talking about if you literally like live a drama-free life as I do. Okay. So yeah, so that's basically what it comes down to. And I feel like the final result is like inner happiness, inner peace, talking about the no drama. It's like, that's what you've developed within you. You know what I'm saying? That's what you've cared for here too. That's like what you've literally like cultivated within yourself to be like, no, I really just want to side with this energy because it makes a difference. It's not something that, sorry for the tablet being wobbly, but that's just how it's gonna have to be. Yeah, so it makes a difference. You're gonna like side with it. I also find something that's coming to me that I want to touch upon is love the unlovable, which is, any type of unlovable energy that is happening today, it's going to turn into forgiveness. Whether you're going to say I'm sorry, or whether you're going to, forgive another, somebody that you haven't forgiven yet, but you've really tried like working super hard on forgiving them. That's going to finally come to an end, right? And then you're going to be able to kind of, again, if you fuck up, it's like you're going to be able to really flip-flop it, like where it's like, okay, like you're in the wrong, or the person that's in the wrong will understand that they're in the wrong, and it's the loving kindness that they're going to actually be siding with in order to say sorry, rather than just go on and be fucking very hard-headed about anything that they think that they're right about. You know what I'm saying? So that's a super huge card. And I don't know if I mentioned it before, but no, I wanted to mention it, but I didn't. So 29 is, like I said, adds up to the number 11, which could mean you and the divine kind of being really full-on connected, and or you really meeting your divine life spiritual partner today, which could be like your because it's like two independent individuals, but also power couples, but also interdependent on one another, right? So they're both like independent, but would be interdependent on one another, like in the long run. All right. So yeah, so that can happen today with the loving kindness. I mean, I just feel like there's just this amazing, I haven't even felt this way in a very long time. So it's very interesting that, that this came out. That's all I gotta say. And I think the number 27 came out in the pre-shuffle, which was happiness, right? So I was like, wow. And I didn't really realize it, but when you're like an enlightened being, you are really happy. Like that's basically what it is. So that card at the bottom, in terms of like what I looked at the bottom of the deck before shuffling this deck, I was like, wow, I never realized that, like, happiness totally correlates with enlightened people. So if you know how to prolong your happiness, you're my type of people, but also you can definitely be considered yourself an enlightened one, which I never really thought of myself as that. I never would have called myself as that, right? But now it's kind of like, no, it kind of makes sense. Like you can say that in a very humble way and be okay with that. Like it's kind of I mean, I like wouldn't go around calling myself, oh, I'm super enlightened, da 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 da, like, but it's good to know that you are one of those that are enlightened, you know what I'm saying? Which is a fucking good quality. Why not? So on a small level, yo, I love this Buddha right here. Can I just tell you, he is the best. He is like joy and peace and like, girl, we gonna get through this. So I love him so much. So anyhow, that was just a side note. So, oh, this is beautiful. All right, so yellow card, which means, sorry, are you over here? Yellow card, which means, solar plexus and your will and ability. Also, we're talking about happiness and joy and all that good stuff. So that's definitely here as well. Look at these sparklies. I love sparkle. I love it. So it's a huge believing. It's like a one small believing card, but this is very big. Like the yellow and the gold, it's joyous, right? It's joyous energy. That's literally like abound, like surrounding us today. So it says you will profit soon from an investment opportunity. Now, since we're doing knowledge and spirituality and all that all self everything, like I put in the description, you actually know what you're going to be profiting from very soon on an investment opportunity. So by that I mean you probably already have something in your mind's eye or in your mind where you know something's going to work for you. So whether this be business or people investing in people or investing in like kind of like a good idea, or like a collaboration of sorts, like that's an investment opportunity that you're seeing and that you will profit from soon, and you kind of just know that you will like this is something that maybe has been on your mind for a little bit and you just always knew that you were going to profit from it sooner or later, and now it's kind of like coming to fruition. Yeah. And what I'm getting here a lot is time. Like, you're going to profit soon from an investment opportunity that you actually give time to, which is like super, super awesome, right? Because I just feel like you've been so busy, just like cultivating and building and fucking just like designing and doing whatever you need to do for yourself, right? Where now it's time for you to kind of like enjoy your time in terms of receiving the profit from investing your time into an opportunity that you see or seek for yourself. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you get, it's kind of like if you invest the time into whatever it is that, that you've been kind of meaning to, I'm going to use cultivate again because that's all that's coming to me, or invest in, you literally will receive, I feel, energetic profit from it. Do you get what I'm saying? Where it's just like, it's going to fill you up. It's going to make you happy. This is a happiness card too, right? Joy. So make sure that you're really dedicating your time to rebalancing your life in terms of what have you been missing more in your life, and bring that back into your life, okay? And you know exactly how to do that. Now it's really funny because actually that's so crazy. I'm like reflecting on like my day at the same time that I'm talking to you guys. Like, I mean, not that I'm actually trying; it's just popping up. But I'm like, I actually felt this today on a very like it was very like in and out. So you could maybe felt that the same way, where it was just like, that you're going to profit. You're going to gain some really positive energetic energy from investing time into something like, okay, so put it this way. I was asking, sorry, I like lost my train of thought. So today I actually had a moment where I had to ask myself, Tina, what do you need? Okay, what do you need for yourself right now in order to be happy? All right. And, and I got my answer, and, it's just something that you need to follow. So if that's a question that you need to be asking yourself today in order to regain a profit from an investment opportunity, like, just invest in yourself in whatever way that you needed in order to then gain more like energy, which is like happy energy, joyous energy, physical energy, all that type of stuff. Like, you just ask your body what you need, and I feel like you did that today. I feel like in one way or another, consciously or unconsciously, or maybe it was a realization, because to me it came more as like a realization where I was like, dude, I need to like start asking, what does my body need? Because I've been so maybe for other people and not so much for myself. But at the same time, having a balance, but at the same time, realizing that there's something lacking, and and you just have to kind of remind yourself, like, hey, I need to bring this back into my life, right? So yeah, so for me, sorry, I just had to like pause for a second. So for me, I literally said to myself, I'm like, I have to have fun. Like, I literally have to have fun because things are getting like a little, they've gotten a little way too serious. So again, this all works out with the joy, with the inner peace, with the inner happiness, and that's like how I normally even function. Like, I cannot function without having fun. Like, it's just one of my super priorities that I need to have for myself and in my days. And I just feel like, sometimes the people that you end up being surrounded by in different phases of life, listen, you need to like show up in certain phases of life for certain people, but, and sometimes in a sacrificial way, which I'm over, like fully fucking over that entire idea of sacrificial shit, because it's like, you know what? You can't be doing that unless you have a little kid. I get it, but after a while, like, you gotta keep reminding of yourself that you're still here. Your life is still alive here on this earth, and you have to do whatever it takes to replenish what you need for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's like so many people just go, they can go their entire lives sacrificing for something else, and it's like, listen, you can say that you're happy, but you can't be happy and exhausted at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, the exhaustion is real. Like, an exhaustion is real for people who like can't balance it out. And you have to be real with yourself if you do want to experience a certain like happy medium in your life where you're giving to yourself, but you're also giving to others. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people are over giving. Sometimes people are just like overdoing themselves or outdoing themselves, like really competing with themselves. And there's a time for that, but majority of the time there really shouldn't be, right? Like, you should just like be okay with getting better every day, and that should be it. Like, there shouldn't be any kind of crazy like power trippy shit like going down within your system, because that's like that really is what is it called? It just I can't think of the word. It just basically like it's too much, not resistance, because resistance could be a good thing, but it's too much like you're kind of using yourself as an enemy against itself, which is not, that's not the way that you want to live at all. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I guess that's where I just wanted to end that, because that's all I had to say there. All right, so this is on a yang level. It says a new outlook brightens your image and brings new friends. Now, this is super awesome because this is like compassion. Again, there's reds here, so it's like compassion and passion. This is also the chakra. color. And what I got immediately from reading this card is imagination. It's like on a big scale, your imagination kind of, okay, something happened to you that was very big today where your imagination ended up going and soaring. Like it was just kind of, first of all, I feel like, okay, the loving kindness card was like a wow energy. Okay, it was just like a wow. And then this was an imagining card, like where, okay, now it's kind of like because you were wowed by something today, you literally were given permission to then literally just think outside of the box. Like you were just like, all right, like your mind just fucking went there. And it's not a bad thing at all because it brightened your, I want to say brightened your day because you have a lot of joy there, right? But it brightened your day, your image about life, and it did bring you new friends in terms of who came into your life. So somebody new could have definitely stepped into your life. Somebody what was I going to say? Like very unexpected, but also expected, right? Like it's kind of like a dream come true, but also like kind of a goal achieved at the same time, if that makes any sense. Yeah, and I like literally the only thing that I keep seeing is like a huge imagination here where it's like your world has been opened up and you're like, "Oh my God, like this is so big that literally you're thinking about things that you've never thought before like oh, this could happen or this could like very expansive imagination type of shit going down today, like in terms of like where not so much where things can go, but like the potential in everything that has in whatever appeared in your day today, like whatever kind of magical miracle that appeared in your day today, which I know that I'm not the only one. I know that I was like, there must be people that resonate with me out there that literally like something of the similar sort happened to them. Like I was like, that's like for sure. You know what I'm saying? So it was just very interesting that I was like picking up on that, but also the aspect of, again, imagination just being so super expansive where you're just like, oh my God, you never allowed yourself to go there, but all of a sudden because of this new friend coming in, or whatever, like the energy, even the imagination, the energy of that brought in like the big imagination. It's like, guys, I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. I'm like trying to say, like, if you got a new friend or some new type of blessing, put it that way, a new friend, new blessing, new miracle, that type of thing, it opened your fucking world up today where you're just like, the new outlook was real. Like that was fucking real. And you were just like, oh my God, you were thinking about all the beautiful potential that could actually like happen, but also at the same time, like I said, there's a lot of awkwardness going on. Like I feel like, a person, if like you are, if you find yourself to be confident, right? Like you could have been experiencing a little bit of this back and forth where this like, because it blew your mind. There's something that blew your fucking mind today in a really loving kindness type of way, but you were just like, damn, like this is far out. Like this is far out there for me. Like I like that type of shit. Like so brand new to you that you never even like such a brand new experience that you've never actually come across. And with that being said, it's just kind of like it's awkward. It's like expansive, but it's kind of like it's like, but you don't know what to even think. You're kind of like back and forth, but your feelings too, like were like, okay, you were like in your feels, like in the right sense, and then all of a sudden you're like taken out of your feels and you're just like logical versus heart-based shit. And it's just like, it was like a lot going on. There was a lot going on where I was just like, time out, I need a fucking nap. Like at that point I was just like, no, I don't know whether I'm cranky, I don't know whether I'm confused, I don't know, like, and obviously when you're cranky you're definitely going to be totally and completely out of your loving and kindness, and that's never my intention. So when something earlier happened to me, I was like, all right, listen, I gotta regulate and I gotta just like, do what I need to do for myself in order to regain myself back into this loving kindness and allow myself to just be here, right? Like in these new energies of what is, and what's coming in and what's going to stick around, because we're really being upgraded on that. So, yeah, so I mean, I don't know. Is there anything else for me to say here? No. All right. So yeah, guys, that's basically, I'll like fix all this later because obviously it's all temporary. But yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for stopping in, and also many blessings to all y'all. And yeah, I mean, it's just have a beautiful and exciting night. Enjoy these energies, and if you can, definitely step outside and just like, be in nature for a little bit, just to kind of like really absorb and heal, and have the energies of the moon really heal and cleanse you as you're like outside and just kind of like just being for like 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so beautiful, because it's fresh air, it's like being out in nature, it's being nurtured really, which is it's so important. I love it. I love nature so much. So yeah, so thanks again for stopping in, guys, and I will talk to you tomorrow. All right, bye.